On Friday, federal courts ordered the Trump administration to fully reinstate the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, also known as DACA. But an upcoming hearing could mean the program's future is still in doubt. U.S. District Judge John D. Bates declared the Trump administration's September 2017 decision to end DACA unlawful, reaffirming a previous ruling by the courts in April striking down the Trump administration's actions. Bates, who was appointed by George W. Bush, emphasized the court's ruling does not necessarily mean that the Department of Homeland Security lacks a statutory or constitutional authority to rescind the DACA, but that it must give a rational explanation for its decision. Rational. That's a key word. This presidency lacks a little bit of, I don't think they think rationally in that White House sometimes, guys. I really don't. Now, here's what you need to know. The reinstatement won't be immediate. U.S. District Court John Bates said Friday that the order would be delayed until August 23rd to allow the government to appeal. But he denied a Justice Department motion to reconsider his earlier decision, saying that there was still deficiencies in the administration's rationale to rescind DACA. In the 25-page opinion, he specifically criticized a June memo issued by Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen. In the memo, Nielsen said she stood by the legal rationale laid out in the September 5th directive by the then acting Secretary Elaine Duke. Bates said in his ruling that Nielsen's memo, like Duke's before, offered nothing more than remotely approaching a considered legal assessment that this court is subject to judicial review. More than 700,000 young people hang in the balance as we play political football with DACA. Now, DACA, for folks who don't know, if you're living under a rock, was a program created by Barack Obama in the absence of congressional action. So the congressional action that would have solved this problem, or we wouldn't have been in this court case, is the DREAM Act. The DREAM Act was a law that was authored by George W. Bush, co-sponsored by Hillary Clinton and Chuck Schumer, yet did not ascertain the necessary votes in the George Bush era or the Obama era to make it law, because Republicans refused to budge, because they see DACA as quote-unquote instant amnesty. Now, words matter. So the key word here is instant. Like, you know, instant rice. Instant rice, you put it in your microwave for 20 seconds and voila, you have rice. Or instant approval on a credit card application. You fill out all the information, you put it all in, tink, 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 you press submit, and then they say, congratulations, you've been approved for a brand new American Express. Or they say, we regret to inform you, you were not approved. That's instant. The DACA program and the DREAM Act, the DREAM Act law did not give instant amnesty. Here's what the DREAM Act and DACA, the executive order, says. It says if you are an illegal immigrant who came to the country between a particular time period, who is either working, in college, or serving our military, have passed a background check, and have paid the fee, then, after all these steps, multiple steps, then the government would consider giving you a deferred action, giving you deferred action on whether or not you get deported. So they would give you a temporary stay in the United States of America. And that temporary stay has to be renewed every 2 years. And every 2 years you have to go through the same process. There's nothing about that that's like instant rice or instant credit card approvals. Background checks take time. Paying the fee takes time. There's tons and tons of loopholes. I mean, not loopholes, there's tons and tons of hurdles that one must cross before you qualify to be a DACA recipient. So this argument that this is some sort of instant amnesty it might sound good, but it's not. Instant amnesty is what President Trump likes to call fake news. Because it is. It doesn't exist. Instant amnesty would be you show up, they give you instant amnesty. You're automatically allowed to stay here for the foreseeable future. No reapproval, nothing. Instant amnesty. Amnesty means you're allowed to be in the United States freely as a citizen. as a citizen or as a temporary, on a green card, but you're a resident alien here, no problems, you're good to go. That's not what DACA is, for the record. But President Trump ended DACA even though he said there was so much heart for these kids and he had compassion for these kids and he wanted a bill of love. But he rescinded DACA, creating a political football for these 700,000 young people. Now, what makes this even more heartbreaking are these young people go to school with us. They went to school with me. These young people, they serve our military. They go to our colleges and universities. They contribute to America every single day. Yet we have slapped them in the face by not providing them the protections they deserve. They didn't come to this country yet. No, they came to the country at no fault of their own. You can't tell me that a 2-year-old can determine criminal intent. A 2-year-old can barely walk, much less cross the Rio Grande River. So miss me with this argument that they're illegal and they broke a law. 2-year-olds can't break laws. They don't know better. So miss me with this argument and let's end this debate. And it's time for Congress to grow some balls, some big balls, and do what's right for these 700 kids and stop playing a game of political catch. This is not the Super Bowl. This is not an NFL game. This is not let's throw around the football in the front yard. This is people's lives. And we're playing a delicate dance with Russian roulette, and it's not nice, it's not kind, and it's downright un-American. We are a nation of immigrants. Immigrant blood flows through all of our veins, and to deny that is reprehensible.